from his game injury. He's still not 100% comfortable. Yesterday he went off. The day before it was fine. Yesterday had to cancel training. So I think these two are out for tomorrow, and everybody else is available.
It's 8 wins and 3 draws since you took over in all competitions. Have you surprised yourself, and have the players surprised you at how quickly they've adapted to your methods?
I don't know if surprise is the right word, because that would mean that we did not allow ourselves to achieve things like that, and that's not the case. If we, but is it nice to see? And this is a very quick adaptation from us and from the players to ourselves. Yes, of course, clearly, and we are very, very happy with what we see and the way we play, and of course with the results. We will never forget that in football you also need luck. We will never neglect that. So this is also a big part of it. But the atmosphere, the support, and the quality of the group and the bond between the players and how they play is fantastic, and this is the base for every development and for good results, and this is what we have. But it's like a surprise. I mean, we did not think too much what is possible and what is not. We stepped in. There was no time to overthink it. Maybe that was very good. And from there on, like I said, we had a good start, and we got some results, and then we grow in confidence, and now we're on a very, very good way. But we are on the middle. We're not. It's not finished. It's a development, and it's a journey, and it's by far not finished.
Christian Pulisic hasn't started in the Premier League for you. I know you said that he's been unlucky, and he will have to be patient. How has he reacted to that? And do you think he will be patient?
I hope so. When you sign and play for Chelsea, it is part of the job description as a player to be impatient and patient at the same time. Impatient because all of my players are competitors. All of them want to play every single minute, and this is what they all show every day: the hunger and the desire. And this is what Christian shows. At the same time, when you're not selected from the coach, from me, you have to also be patient, to not lose confidence, and to keep on going and to be ready anytime, because it can happen anytime. So in the beginning he was a bit unlucky, because we knew how much of an impact he can have when he comes from the bench, and we used this power and strength from him. When it was possible for him to start around Sheffield and Barnsley game, he was one game unavailable. The other game came a bit too soon in the cup game against Barnsley. It was a difficult game for him, so it was not too easy. But now in the end, you know, it's the credit for the players always, and the quality from the players that shine on the pitch. And this is if you turn it around, is also the duty of the players to show up and to really earn that they play, and this is what Christian does. So it can happen any minute, any game, at some point it's just this. I have nothing to complain. I feel him like in the last days very positive, and doing the best out of his situation, and this is what he can do.
Last one, please, Damesh.
I know things can change, of course. You say he could be ready to start, but if he doesn't get the game time that he desires between now and the end of the season, would you stand in his way if he came to you and he said, I'll need a new challenge because I want to play?
A lot of if in your question. A lot of ifs. So if he starts tomorrow, and if he does brilliantly, and if he starts again against Atletico, and if he scores again 2 goals, and if maybe he's the captain next year of our squad. I don't know. I know what you mean, but this is too far ahead. We have so many games, and he is in my plans, and he is an important player, and he has the potential. He has the potential to be decisive for us from the bench, and as a beginner. Is it necessary that he can prove it? Yes. So this is my job, and his job is to be ready like everybody else. And when there comes the moment, you have to be ready. This is what you sign up for in a club like Chelsea. There's no difference between Christian and anybody else.
John Southall, 5 Live.
Hi Thomas. Just a word about Kai Havertz, who played well on Monday night. Where do you think his best position is, and how much potential do you see there?
I think that we are pretty, from my opinion right now and today, this is pretty much maybe his best position, between a 9 and a 10, and have the freedom to drop and to move fluid between the two positions and to shift positions between a 10 and 9. I feel him very confident in high positions. I like to have him in high positions. I don't want to have him behind the ball. I want to have him high up the pitch. And he feels comfortable in the back of opponents. He feels comfortable in between the lines, in narrow pockets in between the lines. So this is pretty much it. If it's like a 9 when he starts all his actions from the very center of the pitch, or if it's maybe a more half position, like between a 10 and 9, and between a winger and a 10 and a 9. This is pretty much the space where he can feel comfortable and where he can be decisive for us. He had a huge impact into our game, and we were very happy because this was not easy to come back so strong after so many games where he could not play.
You come up against Marcelo Bielsa tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is it your first meeting with him, and do you see it as a personal challenge when you come up against somebody like him to out-tactic him?
It is always a little bit, but it's always a challenge, but never too personal. I mean, when you're a manager in Premier League, like I said in the very beginning, you have this challenge that you face all these big clubs with a huge reputation. And I remember Leeds United when I was actually a player in second division in Germany, in Stuttgart, and VfB Stuttgart played against Leeds United, this famous game where there was like a mistake in exchanging players and then it has to be retaken. So it was more or less a Champions League game from Leeds United. And so there are big teams out there, like tomorrow again, with big history, strong players, strong managers, and Bielsa is clearly one of the most how can I say, most fascinating managers out there. A big personality for sure, but it's like with any other game, it's not like I have I put the pressure on myself that I personally have to beat or out tactic Marcelo Bielsa. This is not how we approach, or I approach games. I want to not interfere my team, hopefully, and not disturb. This is the secret. So we will totally focus on us, what to do, how to attack, how to defend. They built clearly a strong squad with him to be promoted, and to play seasons like this is amazing.
Last one, John.
Just on Tammy, how long do you think he'll be out for? Is it a serious ankle injury?
Honestly, I'm a bit concerned because it's still the pain from the tackle against Burnley, and so we're talking about a long time now, where he does not really feel 100% free and comfortable, and I can see it in training. And in training, even if he finishes training, I see that it's not the 100% that he has trust or that he feels totally free. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned. At the same time, I have 100% in our medical department, and the guys are fantastic and they take care now. It was a bit of a setback yesterday that he had to leave the pitch after warm-up or during the warm-up, but he gets all the time he needs, and first of all, it's the most important that he feels safe and free and feels zero pain, and then we can think about his comeback.
James, talk sport.
Thomas, Leeds have got a very unique style of playing.
Yeah.
What have you made of Marcelo Bielsa's tactics, and how do you counter them and beat them tomorrow?
Nice question that I cannot answer in detail, but Yeah, he built a strong squad. His style of play is very unique. It's very intense. We see this in all datas from them. We see it even in last season datas when they played against Chelsea. So it is a very intensive game. It's a game with a lot of intensive runs from Leeds. A very flexible midfield where they change positions all the time. So very, very attacking side. They try to win every game. If you look at their results, I think they have only 2 draws until this moment. So they are brave. They are courage. They trust in their physical ability and in their capability of high intensity runs, and you have to match it. If we can control the game, okay, we try to, but there will be moments in this game where you simply have to match all the physicality, and we need to find a squad that is ready for that. We had some pictures from the pitch, so we also have to adapt to by far not like a standard that we are used to play on. So a lot of things to adapt and to be ready, and this is our job.
I spoke to Andreas Christensen yesterday, and he said we're not going to stop chasing second or third. Is that the way you're feeling about things, looking upwards rather than at those sides trying to catch you in fourth?
Yes, but for me personally, upwards means also always the next match, because there is in football very, very easy said, like there's no harder match than the next one. And this is tomorrow. And if we take care about our performance, and if we take care about our mentality, and if we take care about our attitude, then we increase the chance to win. And if we win, the table takes care of itself. It's like this. So looking up front, I'm happy when Christian says it like this, but we need to stay hungry, and we are in the middle of that race and of the challenge. Where we want to end up is very clear, and tomorrow is a big part of it, and looking up front for me is looking up to Leeds.
Olivia, PLP.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
Just a word on Thiago Silva. Obviously he's not available for the game, but when he is fit, him and Andreas Christensen have both sort of occupied that central sort of position in the 3.
Yeah.
Is there have you been thinking about perhaps trying to get them into the team together, or when they're both fit, or do you think it's more one or the other?
No, absolutely not. They can for sure play together, because I'm very sure that Christian can play on both sides in the back 3. They can play together when we choose for a back 4. They can be together as centre backs. And like I said, in the back 3, I think that the position in the middle is the best for Thiago, and for Andreas on the same level, But Christian can play on both sides, so no problem there.
Okay, last 2. We've got time for Nick Purewell and then Gavin Cooney to finish. Nick.
Hi Thomas. Just on the size of the squad, is it too big, or is it actually the right size? Because obviously you've talked about the demands of playing in the different tournaments, high-level competitions. Have you actually got the right size of squad?
Perfect size of squad. Big credit for our physical and medical department, that we can choose from so many players. And that we are lucky with not having injuries for too long and for too many players. We have a perfect size of squad. The only thing that I'm missing is to have the possibility of 5 substitutes, to use more players, because it's like since many years a concern of mine, and since many years I'm saying we have to have the possibility to use more of our players. If 10 players play and I can only substitute 3, I have so many players that are not happy, that I cannot reward. And I was pushing for that in any club where I was coaching. So not even now in a let's call it like in a big club. So this is the only regret that I have, because there are players that I would normally like to reward for their effort and their attitude, but the size of the squad is actually perfect.
Okay, last question, Gavin Cooney.
Hi Thomas, thanks very much for talking to me. This is a question primarily of interest to your supporters in Ireland. Your coach, Anthony Barry, has joined the Republic of Ireland coaching setup as well. So can you tell us a little bit about what his qualities are as a coach and what are his main duties on your staff?
Well, you can be very happy, and you are very lucky because it's a top coach, Anthony, who will join you and your coaching staff. We didn't know him before. He was already here under Frank, and like Joe as well. And Anthony was from the first moment a big part of our coaching team because first of all, he's a fantastic guy with a fantastic character, very open, very friendly. And he has top quality in analyzing games, in giving his opportunity, his opinion on